Thank you for having me tonight. It's my pleasure to be with you again and again and again, year after year after year. It is absolutely my pleasure to be with you tonight because tonight is special. Let's talk a little bit about the 100th anniversary. You know, 100 years ago, the President of the United States was Woodrow Wilson, the 28th president, and he was the governor of New Jersey before he was the president of the United States. Think about that for a minute. With that thought in your head, also think about the fact that 100 years ago, Thomas Edison was being the innovator that made New Jersey so famous. And think also about the fact that 100 years ago, women did not yet have the right to vote. Alice Paul was still 5 years away from getting us the right to vote. Imagine, Steve Sweeney, where we would be had she not been successful. Where are you, my speaker, my president? There you are. So I wanted to come today to say congratulations to the League. What you do every day is invaluable. You are open, you are transparent, you are collaborative. You were formed at a time 100 years ago when people were still using the telegraph. We needed you then and we need you more today than we ever have before. We have worked together so carefully to pass things that are good for all of us, the 2% cap, the arbitration reform, the pension and health care, yes, I said it. All of those things we have done because we have worked together for the greater good, and I wanted to come tonight to say thank you for that. And if there was ever any example of how really great this organization is, I need to reflect back 2 years ago to Sandy. Is Madison in the house? I didn't see them on the list. But many of you know that Union Beach was completely destroyed by Sandy 2 years ago. It was like Mother Nature had grabbed it and sucked it into the ocean. 2 years ago, the mayor of Union Beach was sworn in for another term. Why you all as mayors would run for another term after Sandy destroyed just about everything you owned at the Jersey Shore is amazing to me. But what was even more amazing was the mayor asked me to swear him in, and after he was sworn in, the people of Madison attended the swearing-in ceremony and handed over to the mayor who had lost virtually everything in his town, including his entire police department. The people of Madison handed over to that mayor the title and the car keys to 2 new police cars. That's what the League of Municipalities is about, and you deserve a hand for that. Now we have to talk about how you got to be that way. 100 years of very strong leadership, 41 years of the fabulous participation of the Dressel family. And I say the Dressel family because I know that you couldn't do it by yourself, Bill. So let us have your wife stand up and get a round of applause. Those of us in the political world call wives or husbands the long-suffering spouses or partners. So you're the one tonight who should be getting all of the awards. But we do need to celebrate what Bill has done, not only for the last 41 years as a member of the League of Municipalities and working for the League, but also as the executive director. You have been open. You have been loyal. You have been transparent. You have taken a few good punches and given a few good punches. Everybody has in their own mind which one of those was the punch from you or vice versa, but you've taken them all for the right reason. You've taken them because of your loyalty to the people in this room and the people this room represent. And I don't think that we can ask any more of our public servants than what you have done for the state of New Jersey in the last 41 years, Bill. I want to congratulate you on behalf of the governor of the state of New Jersey and the people of the state of New Jersey. Another round of applause. Finally, Michael Darcy, you have huge shoes to fill. I am not envious of you. How many people in this room have my cell phone number? Raise my hand. You will have to get it from anyone else in this room, because if you are half the leader that Bill has been for the last 2 decades, you will set the tone for the next 100 years. No pressure. No pressure. I want to congratulate you on your new position. I want to congratulate your long-suffering partner or spouse for what you are about to begin. And also, I want to say thank you to the League for having me here tonight. Congratulations on the last 100 years, and I look forward to working with you for at least some small part of the next 100. Have a fabulous dinner. Thank you.
And it's okay to take shots at Bill Dressel tonight, too. Thanks.
Thank you, Brian. Good evening, everybody. I'm honored to be asked to be the MC here tonight at this historic occasion, 100th anniversary of the League, retirement dinner for a Trenton institution, Bill Dressel. I guess the Lieutenant Governor is not here. I was going to compliment her on being the finest Lieutenant Governor we've ever had. Our next speaker, however, is a man who took on the NRA. In fact, he campaigned on a pumpkin farm to show what an assault weapon could do to a pumpkin head. Please welcome former Governor Jim Florio.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, this crowd, the numbers and the enthusiasm, says more about Bill Dressel than anybody else can come up here and talk about. I mean, for so long, how many years? 40 years. He's been the face and the heart of the League of Municipalities. And he's carried it to new heights. Every November we have the outstanding governing event of the year. Each year it gets bigger and better. And he's really done a very good job in providing a service to the people of the state, the municipalities of the state. And to go through a long career like that, and everybody still enthusiastic about him operating in the political nature of our system, it's a tribute to his skill and his good heart. So I just want to say, Bill, congratulations on a good career. You're a young person, so you have lots of things to do at this point. We wish you many, many years of happiness and good health. Congratulations.
I just want to say that in my 33 years at the State House, I've learned that municipal governments are the building blocks of the state. They're the government closest to the people. And what a turnout we have tonight, so much political power. I've never seen the authors of so many unfunded mandates in the same room. Our next speaker is a woman who saved 1 million acres of open space and now doubles as Jim Florio's partner on television, former Governor Christy Whitman.
Well, I know tonight is to do some roasting of Bill, but I'm not going to do that. I want to start out just by thanking every one of you here in this room who is a local official. Because I want to tell you, there is no job that is more demanding, quite frankly. Everybody knows where you live. Everybody knows your telephone number. They expect you to know all of them and be able to answer why their garbage wasn't picked up at exactly the same time this week as it was last week, or why their driveway or their road wasn't plowed until the very end of the day. So, you know, there are only 24 hours in anybody's day. Thank you for being willing to serve. Thank you for taking on that burden. Thank you for being ones who really get things done. And that's really a testament to the League. 100 years of helping you get your message across to Trenton, not always in the friendliest way, although I will say Bill was always able to do it very nicely. We were able to reach accommodation, not always, nobody ever got all that they wanted, but it was good to work with someone who cared so much about what you all do. I can't imagine having 565. Now, it was 67 when I was governor. It was 567, and you managed to get 2 to merge. Someday maybe that'll be less, but I can't imagine having that many bosses calling you every day. So congratulations to Bill, congratulations to the league, but more importantly, thank you to each one of you who serves at the local level. You don't always get the appreciation you deserve, but I know how hard your job is, and your telephone rings at all hours of the night. So thank you very, very much, and congratulations, Bill.
In my 33 years at the State House, I've also heard so many calls for consolidation that it occurs to me that if any of them had been successful, this room would be half empty. Our next speaker is a former governor who solved a lot of auto-related problems and is now devoting the second act of his life to prisoner reentry and healing the addicted. Please welcome former Governor James E. McGreevey.
Thank you, Michael. Just want to recognize the New Jersey manufacturers table, keep my premiums low. Tonight's a very special night. Bill Dressel. Bob Smith, in his own inimitable way, said, Mildred Crump is here, a lot of friends, that a third of the people here to Tim McDonough to wish Bill well. Then there are people like the mayor of Piscataway and others. A third that just want to make sure that their League of Municipality debts are forgiven. And then there's a third, at least Governor Florio, Governor Whitman, and myself, who just want to make sure he finally retires and gets out of Trenton. Bill's a really special guy. You look at his list of achievements, his ability to stabilize property taxes in New Jersey. Oh, sorry. His efforts to promote casino gambling. Oh. Now Bill's idea of gambling is going 2 days without his Lipitor medication. One time Dressel really had authority and stature. He wielded massive influence. Governors would listen to him. Sense of concern. He was known as a fiscal conservative and would do anything he could not to put a greater financial onus on the backs of municipalities. Now when he talks about being a fiscal conservative, all it means is that he stiffs the waiter at the East Brunswick Hilton. Hey, Bramnick wrote these. But again, he's a dear friend. I just encourage Bill to move to Hudson County and to be buried in Hudson County, as Governor Burns says, so he can stay active in Democratic politics. He's somebody who's very special, and for these many past years, as mayor of Woodbridge, and I know for Governor Whitman and Governor Florio and all the Governor Byrne, Governor Kane, Governor Christie, Bill's been the voice of municipal government in our state rotunda. And whether it's Speaker Prieto or Senate President Sweeney or the legislature, so my dear friend Gary Scher here, part of this means is the ability to aggressively articulate the concerns of municipalities. As Governor Whitman says, municipal government is that level of government that hits the road. And every mayor and every clerk and every councilman knows it's where we deliver services. So, Bill, for 100 years of service, you know, somebody said Bill Dressel should hear this many nice things only in the prone position. I'm not commenting on that boutonniere that Michael bought him, but in a special way, I just wanted to say thank you for your friendship, thank you for your advocacy, and thank you for making the Garden State a better place for all of our families. Godspeed.
When this organization was founded, Bill was just in kindergarten, I think. I read the history of this organization today. It started with 51 towns in 1915. Today, it prides itself on being the largest municipal, the annual conference prides itself on being the largest municipal gathering in the country. Of course it's the largest. We have 3 million municipalities, 1 million in Bergen County alone. Our next speaker is the lawmaker who can bench press more weight than anybody else in the legislature now that Frank Lee has retired. Senate President Steve Sweeney.
Just for the record, I can beat Frank. Good evening. Congratulations to the league for 100 years. And to my friend Bill Dressel, I'm not really going to say anything nice because we never did before. You know, as Governor McGreevey said, we're really here to make sure you leave. But on a serious note, Bill is, got a sense of humor because, I'm the guy that yells consolidation and shared services, not something that this organization likes to hear all the time. So Bill will get Tom Kane annually to introduce a bill to do away with county government. It's very creative, Bill. It's very creative. Get my attention, but little inside joke. But honestly, this organization couldn't have a stronger, better advocate fighting on behalf of municipalities, ensuring that we understand what they're dealing with. So, Bill, congratulations on your retirement. This organization has lost a giant, and I'm proud to call you a friend, even after all the fights. Congratulations.
Next up is a man whose approach to Port Authority reform is to take a little of the bill the Democrats like, a little of the bill that the two governors like, put them together, and you've got Port Authority reform, except it hasn't happened yet. But we welcome the Senate Minority Leader, Tom Kane.
It's always an honor to be introduced by the Dean of the New Jersey Press Delegation. Thank you, Michael Aaron, for your leadership.
Thanks, Tom.
And there's a consistency that Michael brings to all of our lives, and I want to thank you for that. And Bill, it says a lot about an individual who has a different boss every year. Republican administrations, Democratic administrations, legislatures that go this way and that, state mandates, state pay. I mean, you've got an extraordinary testament of leadership and management efforts you've done. But I think one thing about Bill is not only his persistence, but with your help, he's built an extraordinary organization. Because it's your input and your advice and your passion that has allowed him to be the extraordinary voice that he has been all these many years. And I know he's been there for 40 years and built an organization that is stronger than when he arrived. But what's important about the leader is that he's built an organization that's going to be stronger going forward. And so the most important thing about Bill's legacy is not only all of us coming together and recognizing and paying testament to his extraordinary success, but the fact that he's guaranteed success for generations of leaders to come with the new infrastructure, with the new leaders, really is a testament to how everybody in this room should manage. And that's the power of Bill Dressel, because of the extraordinary strength and leadership and vision to make sure that this organization will be stronger 100 years from now than it is today. Thank you, Bill, for that leadership.
Assembly Speaker Vinnie Prieto wanted to be here tonight. He couldn't be here. Same with Senator Cory Booker, wanted to be here tonight, but a little vote on an Iran nuclear bill kept him in Washington. Prieto gave us the next best thing. He delegated the chairman of the Assembly Budget Committee to join us. So please welcome a man who keeps meticulous track of thousands of numbers, Assembly Budget Committee Chairman Gary Scher.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first apologize on behalf of the Speaker. He unfortunately could not make it tonight, but he sends his warmest regards, and he asked me to come on his behalf. And I think he did so in the recognition that I have the great honor and pleasure not only to serve in the General Assembly of the state, but also to serve locally, one of the few remaining dual office holders, which in some camps is not a good thing, although I would argue that in some camps it's a very good thing. And the reason that it might be a very good thing is because for the past 20 years that I've served on the City Council of the City of Passaic, I've learned to understand the same problems that each of you encounter each and every day. And I've learned to understand also that Trenton so oftentimes is so well-intentioned, but so oftentimes forgets to speak with its local officials to understand truly what's going on. Bill Dressel, for me, has been someone who acted as a guide, as a leader, as a director, someone who could share with me the political landscape and give me a further and deeper understanding of that which the municipalities of this great state encounter. So on behalf of the Speaker, let me join with each and every one of you in extolling the virtues of Bill Dressel, of joining with Senator Sweeney and Senator Kane, and I know my associate and good friend, Assemblyman Bramnick, in telling you that we unfortunately are losing, at least in his current role, someone who brought brilliance to his work, someone who brought true representation of this great organization, and someone who truly changed public policy for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much.
Our next speaker is a man we in the media go to when we want somebody to defend Governor Christie. He's also been called the funniest lawyer in New Jersey. He's a mix of humor and loyalty. Please welcome Assembly Minority Leader John Bremnick.
Bill, what a wild evening. Michael Aaron selected as the comedian from that wild and crazy television station, NJTV. Never a dull moment on NJTV, Mike. I spoke with Senate President Steve Sweeney this evening, and we've agreed starting tomorrow it will be Bill Dressel Month in New Jersey. Congratulations. We will return all the energy receipts and all mandates, and we'll return your calls. There's a show on TV, many of you have seen it, and it's called Survivor. And they rate your ability to survive in the wild. Tonight, we should rate Bill Dressel's survivor rate in New Jersey politics. This guy is a 10. Congratulations. As he proceeds through the treacherous waters of New Jersey politics, he has local officials on one side, legislators on the other side, the governor in the middle, but he continues to paddle down that stream. How he's done that for 30 years is hard to believe. But tonight, the winner of New Jersey's Survivor is the Honorable Bill Dressel. Congratulations.
You know, the Senate President has to keep 40 people happy. The Assembly Speaker has to keep 80 people happy. Bill Dressel has had to keep 565 mayors happy, not to mention the thousands of councilmen who see a potential mayor every time they look in the mirror. It's time to hear from the man whose evening this is, Bill Dressel. Bill?
Wait a minute, hold on. This is one time the Bill Dressel script was wrong. 2 more minutes, Bill, then you get the mic. This is too funny. Everybody who's known Bill, any past president, everything's scripted. Even at his retirement. This is one time there was a goof. Right, Mike? Yeah, Mike's even admitted there was a goof. For the past 41 years, Bill Dressel has been a president at the league functions, at the league office, and at the Capitol. And for more than 4 decades, Bill will retire on June 30th. You know, I must admit, this is the first time, Iris, I've seen Bill in a press suit and a haircut. He must be retiring. And even a boutonniere, too, right, Bill? I'm impressed. Come on. Where's Al? Is that Al? Al? No, he take off. Is Jerry still in the house? Jerry, where are you? Come on, Jerry. Come on up. Where are you, Jerry? Come on up, Jerry. Is that? Iris, his wife, has been by his side throughout his career, including most of the league conferences and events. She's often worked side by side with league staff and pitched in to assist with success of the mission. Iris, we thank you for all their help, support over the years. Please accept these flowers and a gift as our token of appreciation. Iris, come on up. Where are the flowers? Flowers! Flowers! And we're not talking about Bill's boutonniere. Oh, sounds like Bill Dressel. The flowers are on the way.
But there is the gift from the board.
But this is the gift from the board here. So here goes. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Iris. Okay, thank you. And before we get off the dais and turn the mic over, will all the elected officials at the local level please stand up in the room? Come on, all the local officials at the local level, please stand up in the room. Oh, there we go. Now we got to go. And these are some of the individuals that Bill over the years has represented. And their appreciation, Bill. I want to thank all that. So at this time, it's my pleasure, as well as the officers here, to introduce Bill Dressel for his remarks. But first, on behalf of the league boards over the past 41 years and tens of thousands of local officials you have served, please accept this crystal engraved with 3 logos and this gift as a token of our thanks. And if I'll ask the officers behind me present that, and I'll read what it actually says. It says the New Jersey League of Municipalities logo. It has the New Jersey Municipalities Magazine logo and the Education Foundation logo. And it says William G. Dressel Jr. in gratitude for your 41 years of service and leadership, September 1st, 1974. Wasn't that when streaking was in, Bill? I think that's when streaking was in. June 30th to June 30th, 2015. There you go. It's a team effort. Team effort. Come on in here. Come on in here. Wait a minute. We got to make sure the optics are correct. One thing you will not see tonight is Bill Dressel streaking. Thank God for that, right, Bill? All right, I guess the man of the hour right here can get up. Remember, 3 minutes, Bill, like everybody else.
Wow. No way.
Thank you very much. I am indeed honored and humbled by this turnout, by the kind comments from the former governors, the lieutenant governor, the legislators. I am indeed a very lucky person. Ever since I announced my intentions to retire nearly 7 months ago, many well-meaning individuals asked me, why would you retire at a time when you have 100% membership, you have a top-notch staff, a brand new building on West State Street, and the league is a major player in public policy? And my response, quite frankly, is very, very simple. You answered your own question. Things are good, and I have absolutely no regrets in leaving at this time. Today, 100 years after the league's founding, we are in a better place, and the credit for that is not due to myself or any one individual. It's because of you and the hundreds of elected and appointed officials who have worked so hard to improve the institution of municipal government. There are those, and we read about it every day, and my staff answers the phones, and you hear it as local elected officials, that say the challenges we face in 2015 of high property taxes, antiquated road infrastructure, affordable housing, high pension costs, and a myriad of other doomsday scenarios for towns loom on the horizon. And to say that, and to say the more things change, quite frankly, I believe the more things stay the same. And I've seen that over my 41 years. It's not like we have not confronted these same issues or the same kinds of challenges over my 4 decades, but I am absolutely confident that, like in the past, the League will once again address those problems in the best interests of our 566 towns. There are a number of individuals I need to recognize. First, my lovely wife, Iris, who has been at my side for the past 32 years. Iris has done so many things to keep me on the straight and narrow and to be able to make things a success. She always, was there for the small things of saving seats for the executive board at the league luncheon, selecting the menus so I wouldn't get embarrassed by the selection of food, and she has been great, and I thank you very much, Iris. I have to recognize the matriarch of my family, my mother-in-law, Jean Inverso. Mrs. Inverso turned 99 years young last week. And amazingly, she was celebrating her 1-year birthday when the League was formed. Other members of my family are here this evening. My brother-in-law, George Jones, and his lovely wife, Darlene. My brother-in-law, Dennis DeGregory, and his wife, lovely Betty Ann. And my nephew, Dominic, who is also assistant to Mayor Kelly Yady of Hamilton Township. He's here this evening. And I would also like to recognize and express my gratitude to the League officers and members of the League Executive Board, and I'd like them all to stand, because without them, the real policy would not have, if they could just stand a little bit. Thank you. And I mean that from my heart. They are the ones that keep the organization moving. I would also like the League's past presidents who have served during my tenure to please stand. These individuals have faithfully served me as, quite frankly, my kitchen cabinet by providing me good counsel. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm also proud to have led an amazingly talented and dedicated staff. And I am confident that thanks to our new leadership team, headed by Michael Darcy as Executive Director and Mike Serra as Assistant Executive Director, the transition will be seamless and the future is bright, believe me. I would like my staff to stand as I call out their names. Michael Darcy, Mike Serra, you please stand. Donna Baltz, Communications Specialist, over there. Lori Buckaloo, our Senior Legislative Analyst. Shirley Cade, the Communications Specialist. Kira Duran, our Managing Editor. Tom Fradicoli, Production Manager. Suzanne Delaney, Administrative Assistant. Danielle Holland Hutt, Association Programs Meeting Specialist. Marie Johnson, our Financial Administrator. Dorothy Koch, Administrative Assistant. Kristen Lawrence, Exhibit Manager. John Moran, Senior Legislative Analyst. Ed Purcell, our Associate Counsel and Staff Attorney. Terrence Samhammer, our Advertising Manager, Bureau Services and Research Coordinator. And Becky Wright, my Secretary and Executive Secretary, Becky Wright. Also, Bill Kearns, our General League Counsel. I will be eternally grateful for the opportunity to have worked on behalf of New Jersey's dedicated local officials who sacrifice so much to improve the quality of life for our fellow citizens. In closing, I have had the honor and privilege to serve you, and I will also always have a special place in my heart for the League of Municipalities. Thank you very, very much.
All right, come on, give it up. We can get a little louder here. Come on. Let's get down here. Come on. And the great thing, he didn't even get emotional. All right, everybody can run for the doors now. Thank you for all coming. I want to thank the members of the legislature, current elected officials, mayors, staff, and everybody for coming this evening. Thank you for celebrating this event for the 100th anniversary league.